Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between. We are back. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be back. Hello. Sorry for being uber late tonight. Just some stuff came up. I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. But before anything, whether you are near, whether you are far, whether it's the morning, the evening, or the afternoon, hello there. I love it when my intro works. It's so clean. Yes, hello there. Hope all of you lovely gentlemen in between are doing well. Whether it's the morning, evening, afternoon, whether you're near, whether you're far. Hope y'all are all doing well. Sorry, I'm setting up my phone really quickly, and then we'll be mostly set up. The only thing I need to do is set my drawing tablet, but that's honestly just something I need to plug in. So while I'm setting stuff up, sorry for being really late tonight. The cat wanted to cuddle, and then he didn't want to cuddle, and then he wanted to cuddle, and then he didn't want to cuddle. It was a back and forth thing. Um, but that's just sometimes it happens. It do be that way sometimes. Hold on. Oh, my phone fell. Stop it, please. Thank you. All right, let me put on our socials. We are live. Post and post, and then also, let me put on our socials this. That's the wrong thing. No, get out of here. That's not what I wanted. It's the wrong links. Gosh darn it. There it is. Do one of these. AC. Yep. And then I'm just putting our socials that the thing that's in the chat. Which, by the way, if you don't know, I don't have any affiliation with it or anything. I'm just trying to throw people at it. There is the why is it being weird? Why is Twitter always the weird one, man? Gosh darn it, man. Why are you this way? Blue Sky doesn't have this issue, just Twitter. You're stinky. Gosh darn stinky. Well. I don't know why it's making links look weird. That's just Twitter things. Anyways, I want to keep throwing support at this charity. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get told not to do it. Pretty much until someone directly walks up to me and says, "Hey, stop that. You're not supposed to. No, stop that." Yeah. Hello there. I hope all of you are doing well. Sorry again for being late. I just had some stuff I had to deal with. And as a fair note, all the previous streams, this is just some housework I need to talk about. All the previous streams are up to date. Everything's in the correct playlist. I have all of the timestamps set up. So if you miss any of the past streams and you want to watch those, all of them are timestamped, except for the stuff before I debuted as a VTuber, because I didn't timestamp stuff back then. Yeah. It's been a past couple of days. Let me. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. So I take some drink. So we are going to be having some music on tonight because I can't do art without music. Not just me though. If other people can do that, good on them. We're gonna be rotating between 3 songs. All of them are in the description down below if you want to check them out. The first song, which you heard during the opening, is called Overdrive by Corbin Kites. We may listen to Deep Ocean by Wonki, and we may listen to Sin Cole, I Can Feel. All phenomenal music. I use them all, like, pretty actively. Let me get them out of my playlist really quickly, so that way it's not weird. You may be able to hear one of them play. Sorry if you do. I didn't test audio levels with this new song. You can hear it there. Honestly, I really like that song a lot. It's a banger, if I can say so myself. Because I keep wanting to do these art streams, I need to find more music, but for the time being, this works. If anything, what I need to do is, I know other content creators do this, because my description is slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I like to have space for my timestamps. I may have to make I don't remember what they're called. I think they're called a paste bin. I think that's what they're called. Let me actually check. Hold on. I only know it because of this. Hold on. I'm sorry if you can hear this. You may hear a bit of a sound here for a second. You shouldn't, because I don't think you can hear opera. What is it called? Yeah, it's a paste bin. So I may just eventually need to make a paste bin for all of our music. Just because of just the sheer amount of music I use. Well, not right now, but the sheer amount of stuff I have to do. I don't know, we'll see. I don't, the biggest thing is I always want to rep the music that we do use, so that way people get the notoriety and the credit they deserve, because, you know, they actually put work into their music, so they deserve that. Right. I'm gonna grab my drawing tablet to kind of will be able to hear it, kind of won't, because I'm all the way over here, so I don't know if you actually can hear me. It's gonna be weird if you can, but who knows? Couldn't find the cord. It was deep in the pouch for my drawing tablet. It was hidden. Those gosh darn goblins, they hid my drawing tablet wire deep into the pouch of the drawing tablet. Oh. Any other updates I need to talk about? Oh, another big one. I know I talked about briefly in the last stream, but I will talk about again here because it's kind of amazing to me. We hit the big 100. We have passed over 100 subs. Really, really appreciative for that, and I really am happy for that. There have been a lot of people that have been joining our community over the past few months. Why is my door open? What the heck? Okay, that's really bizarre. Actually, my door was just moving on its own. I was looking at my fan, just making sure I turned it on, and I see my door slowly creep open. That's not creepy at all. Okay. Huh. Must have been the wind or something. Wait, no way. Stacy even? Huh? Hold on. Let me reclose my door. Hold on. Oh, good heavens. Stop. Stop. Okay. There we go. I try to have my door closed. That way I'm not yapping and I'm yapping too loud about something or anything. I don't want to be a disturbance. Me like aggressively turning my neck to look at my door. Like, are you moving again? That was funky. I guess, is my fan even hitting the door? Hold on, let me see if my fan's actually hitting my door. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but this is very important to me to figure out why my door was moving. Are you hitting the door? No. Well, kinda. Okay. It's kinda hitting it. Okay. I think there's just airflow and it's hitting the door. It's making it wobble. Wobbly. There we go. Everything's set up. Let me... Yep. Okay, cool. Sorry for taking a second to get everything set up. Let me check our stream delay real quick. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Oof. It's pretty lengthy tonight. Let me see, actually. Yeah, it's about 4 seconds. Is that math? Yeah, it's about 4 point... It's changing a lot. 4.2? Yeah, about 4.2 seconds of stream delay, which isn't amazing, but it's not awful. I can definitely work with 4.2. I'm opening up Paint Toolsai, which is what we use for art. Oh man, I forgot. Paint Toolsai sometimes is a pain in my butt with OBS. I don't know why OBS does not like Paint Toolsai. It's so weird. Yeah, I could use Creative, but I've been using Paint Toolsai for so long that it's like... Meh, meh. Okay, there's Paint Toolsai. So we are going to be working on the Trails in the Sky SC thumbnail. Where even is my Trails in the Sky SC? Is that in here or is that in bad? It's not my bad art. It's not. So I have different folders for my stuff. I have like a references folder. I have one for my schedules that I haven't done in like months. I have one for animal pictures. Sometimes I just like to have cute animal pictures because it makes me feel better some days. There it is. That's Alien versus Predator. Where is Trails in the Sky FC? Or SC, not FC, me, silly goose. I have no idea where this thing is at. Ah, there it is. Okay, let me hope that... What is this one? Why do I have it? Wait a minute, which one of these was for... That's opera. I don't know, where's my gosh darn thingy? See, I don't remember which thing I have to do to make this work. So we're going to make a new Windows capture. Where's that? Window capture. Yeah, and we're going to name this one Art. Okay. Select the window to capture. Paint tool side, please. Yes! It's covering me up right now. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Wait, where'd it? Oh, it's up there. Hold on, give me a second. Let me fix that. Bam! And then let me do this. That way you guys not just... I want you guys to primarily just see the art. Like that. Yeah, you're missing like half of the screen over here. Hold on. Let me... I think I would have done this by now. Let's do that. Do you see anything weird? I don't think you see anything weird, right? I don't think there's anything there that I have to be worried about, but I do want to hide that part. And then I need to bring it in from right. So let me move you guys over here. I'm talking about the chat. Because I always try to have the chat up on OBS. Okay, I'm gonna have to stretch this out weirdly. Give me a second. That's fine. I think that's fine. With this in mind, though, if I were to do that, most of the negative space is on the left. Huh. I could fix that. Hold on. I could just do that and have myself over here to the right. I could do that. I very well could, but I don't want to do that. We're just going to leave it like this for right now. Hold on. Hold on. Work with me. Work with me. That'll work for right now. Yeah, that's fine. Right? Yeah, that should be fine. I'm so professional at this. Hold on. I have to flip myself. Transform. Flip me horizontally. Man, my model always looks weird when I flip it horizontally. I don't know what it is. I think that's fine. Okay, so let me talk about what I'm doing in this thumbnail here. So this is our Trails in the Sky SC thumbnail. Let's start off with this one. You got it? Yeah, you can have it. Okay. So this is gonna be Trails in the Sky SC. I'm vaguely basing this off of... Let me turn that up just a smidge. I'm basing this vaguely off of one of the trails in Trails in the Sky FC that I remember. And basically how it kind of looked is it is these tiles that are connected, but they don't look too like linear together. They're kind of, they kind of have a row almost, but they kind of don't at the same time. Now you may say, well, why do these sides look different? Well, this is supposed to represent, this is spoilers for Trails in the Sky FC, so if you have not played Trails in the Sky FC or you haven't seen my Let's Play of it, stop listening to me. I always like to have a black color because it helps with doing stuff. But this represents the divergence of Estelle and Joshua after what happened in Trails in the Sky FC, of Joshua basically saying, hey, I ain't feeling this anymore, I gotta go. Bye-bye. It was like, oh. So my general idea is I want to have a very, if you can't, well, you can see my folders there. In the Tree of Destiny, it's gonna look a lot different. This is just the general width I want it to be, but I'm going to make it look a lot different. I'll talk about that in a second. So what I want to do here is I want there to be two very different sides of this canvas. On the left side over here, this is going to be like the path that Estelle is going to take. So this is going to be a lot more colorful. There'll still be probably some clouds here and there, but it's not going to be as gloomy as this side. This is where Joshua went. It's going to be very gloomy, very dark. It's going to be very absent of color. And I was going to put... No, I'm still going to do it. So I want to have a wheat field over here. Because I distinctly remember... I forgot to loop my music. That's fine. Hold on. Let me loop you. There you go. I distinctly remember somewhere in Trails I think it was towards the end of FC, there was either a barley or a wheat field. I'm gonna go with a wheat field. I'm probably gonna erase these and probably redo the wheat look. I didn't have a really good... I was actually just drawing this when I was tired. That's besides the point. There we go. So what I'm doing here is I want to have like two very different sides of this art piece. Like I said, I want this to look more gloomy and this to look more light, but still have some gloom in it. And maybe I'll have some light in here, like almost like a yin and a yang type of thing. That's not yin and yang. Yin and yang are like that, and then like that, and then like that, and that. That's yin and yang. But I want to basically have this very two different sides of this art piece, and these trails are going into the sky. Very on brand for me. I may bring this down to maybe here. Maybe. No, I think I like it where it's at. The biggest thing I have to consider right now is where I'm going to actually put the title and everything else, because I guess I could put it like here, because if this is just going to be this, I'm probably going to keep this very colorful and very open. This side's going to be very gloom, like I said, very cloudy. Those aren't clouds, and I'm not even going to right layer, but that's besides the point. I take a sip of my drink because I'm nervous. So I want this to look dynamically different on both sides, but this big tree here in the middle is what I'm dubbing the Tree of Destiny, which is alluding to what happens. Will these two paths interconnect again, or will they stay separate? Who knows? Not me. The Tree of Destiny knows, though. Gosh darn weaves of fate. So I've done a lot of what I did for a really long time is I messed with these tiles, because in Trails in the Sky FC, what I remember is you would, so let's say this is the town up here. What would happen is you would go through the gate here, and there would still be some tile work here. That's not tiles, like tile and tile. So there'd be tiles, and then it would eventually be the dirt path that's like right there, which is what I'm trying to do. This is like the end of the paved trail. It comes from some city. I don't know where I want it to be from. Maybe I want it from Roland, or maybe I want it from Zeiss. Is that the right one? Is Zeiss the one I'm thinking of? That's the real capital, right? Hold on. Trails in the Sky FC areas. Again, Roland, Baus, Ruin, Zeiss. Oh no, it's Gransel. So I think I want this either be Gransel or I want this to be in Roland. I don't know which one. Excuse me, sorry. I know I've been yapping for a few minutes now. Sorry about that. A few minutes, 20 minutes. Let me open up. First of all, I need to open up my the application that I use to look at reference photos. I don't really need it right now, though. I'm gonna not open it. I'm just gonna look up a picture of a wheat stalk. Wheat stalk. That's how you spell stalk. Yeah, there you go. I just want to see a picture of one. Okay, so traditionally, they can be bound together. So this was actually the issue I was having last time, is trying to figure out how I want to draw this. Like the wheat that you see there, which you can... I'm doing some Googling right now. Images. A lot of this, I just want a real life. That's art. No, stop sending me pictures of art pieces. I want a real art. I want a real picture of... What? I just want a picture of a wheat field. Gosh darn it. No, not art. A real wheat field. There we go. That's still art. Get out of here. That could kind of work. I could work with that. So they kind of tilt down a little bit from the looks of it. They don't just stand straight up. Interesting. Or do they stand straight up? This picture has them standing straight up. I'm very confused. No, they can stand straight up. I can have them like curled down, or I can have them standing straight up. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I'm not a big fan of these. I think I'm gonna erase some of these. Specifically these two, probably. Alright, I gotta go. Gotta get out of here. Alright. Let me zoom in. So it probably is like there. Oh, big eraser. There we go. Erase that. I have this be where it goes up, and I have that be where it goes up. Okay. I think I can live with that. So I want this to be very dense. I want this to kind of have some, I guess, dimension to it. I want there to be some in the back here. So that way it looks more 3D. Something like that. And then maybe we'll have this one curl down. That looks like a knife. That still looks like a knife. And it needs to round. Does it need to be? I think it needs to be a lot. That looks like a candy cane. I need a picture of a wheat stalk. Oh, it's really thin. Oh shoot, I'm drawing this too thick. Oops. Okay, hold on. That line's a little wobbly for my line. Where'd the music go? Where's my music? It's so funny that the music breaks sometimes. Okay, we're switching songs now. We're switching over to our new song. I've had the song in my playlist for a minute. I haven't used it, but I like it. It's interesting. I'm gonna turn it down just a smidge. As it turned out, this has some lyrics in it, so I'm actually gonna turn it down some more. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. I usually... So, when it comes to commentating, I'm very concerned with lyrics that... or with songs that have lyrics in them, because I don't like having... I definitely need to find more music for us. Hold on, I need to... Nope. Come on, I can do it. Oh, this is angled weird, I don't like it. Hold on, erase that part. I come up just a little bit. So, if you don't know what I'm doing here by moving my mouse, I'm doing something called the ghost method, which is you measure and then you put out a line. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. A big thing I need to do better is make sure to tilt my canvas so that way. That's better. I think that's still too thick. I don't think they're usually that thick. Can I work with that? Let me see. And then let me see a picture. I have so many applications open. Oh, I see. So it does need to be a lot thicker here though, when it comes out. So it needs to come probably about there and there. And then come up and then down. Something like that. It looks a lot like a polearm right now, but I definitely think that's how it should look. It's not perfect by any standard of means, but I think I can live with that. Let me see. How do I feel about that? Yeah, I can live with that. I want to have some of them look like this and stand straight up, and I definitely want some of them to maybe tilt a little bit. So have this one come... Ooh, no, not that much. I want to get this. No, that's... So when you do the ghost method, you really want to make sure you are setting yourself up for success. What the ghost method allows you to do is just measure. It's like and it's like when you are doing, what do you call it in school? When you're taking shop, that's what it's called. I remember taking shop when I was in school. Shoot. It wasn't a primary course. It was something that you could opt into. It was the optional course, that's what they were called. That's actually really good. I like the way that looks. Beep, 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 beep. Hold on, where's my control 0? Yeah, no. Maybe I could make this work. Hold on. Erase about that much there. And have this curl like that. But it needs to come out before it curls, so like that, and then come out. No, 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 no. We want to look a lot more natural. I think that's too thick for the thing. Yeah, it's a bit too thick. I need it to come out about there. How do they bend? They don't bend that much, actually. And it's more gradual bend, so it's more like that. Where it comes out, but it's not like bending at a 90-degree angle. From the images I'm seeing, they're long though. Like I don't remember what these are called. By the way, again, just to make sure I say this, all the music is in the description if you want to check it out. What we're currently listening to is a song called I Can Feel by Sin Cole. Why did I erase that? Oh, no. Get that out of here. No, okay. I really should use my application, but that's okay. Oh, that's dried. That's why it looks weird. Okay. I'm like, why do some of these look so frail? It's because they're dried wheat. They're not like the actual stalk. Okay, the stalks are actually really long and some. Oh, they have different sizes. They come in different lengths and stuff. Oh, I could definitely play with that. Okay. So I can still keep these if I wanted to. Also, I've been experimenting with messing with my density when I'm doing art. Man, this song's actually really good. I didn't expect to like it. I may actually add this to my like normal me listening to song list. I'm actually really enjoying this. So I could have some shorter ones like this and then still some longer ones like that. Oh, it's actually really... I'm actually vibing with this a lot. So they also... So they don't just look like this thing. They have these things like this. They look more akin to this. I'm guessing these are like the seeds. Yeah. I put that on a different layer so that way I can mess with them individually. Not individually. I do not want to make a layer for each of these stalks. I would go insane. I'm already probably gonna go insane for having to draw all of these. Why do I do this myself? I do this because I love to do art, but oh, why do I do this myself? We could probably cut that in some right there. Cut that in right there. So I saw a image of someone walking through them, and from the way it looks, the average person's like... This comes to about to where like the hips would be for a normal human being, right? Yeah, like slightly below the hips, so leg... That's not a really good leg. Leg... So that would be the hip right there. So it would probably come up to about here-ish. So this being this tall is probably fine. And definitely, like I said, I want to spread this all out. We're going to have a big field all throughout here. I want to make this look very vast and very open. Not open, but like very dense with these wheat plants. Because I like it, it's pretty. I'm probably not going to get over here, because I want it to still feel like there's some room on this side. I chose to do like the most awful, most tedious thing for streaming. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll have this one bend to the... Why are there so many lines? Maybe I'll have this one bend this way. Well, the way it's bending, it's actually gonna bend to the right here, so not much about that. The next one I'll have bend the other way. By the way, this is probably just going to be a wheat drawing stream. If you don't want to see a wheat field getting drawn, you come to the wrong stream, buddy. Because that's what this is probably mostly going to be. Why does it look like I gave it a calf? You know, I'm keeping it. I like it. I like my wheat strong. It's been taking its protein. Come out. And then bend it a little. That's a bit too much. I think just a smidge of a bend. Looks like an art brush. Come out, and then up, and then down. I can't make this look too much like a knife. I need to round it. I need to round it like that. So maybe when I make this one long. Long. It still needs to come in some though. Look at that. I'm not lying. This is actually a really good song. It's a shame I didn't use it before. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of listening to, when I'm doing streaming at least, listening to things with lyrics. Now, if I'm not streaming and I'm just listening to listening to music while I'm doing art, more often than not, it's gonna have lyrics. I think the only songs that I really listen to that don't have lyrics are usually game OSTs and stuff like, mostly game OSTs, actually thinking about it now, because I was gonna say like Mitzi's, and I was like, nope, that's still a game OST, or the one I listen from Mitzi's. I'm like, wow, yeah, everything that I listen to, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that's a song. Does that need to come in more? I need to look at this again. Where is it at? We'd stock there. It's not too thick. They're long, but not very thick. So something more akin to that probably would look better. And they can be a little wavy, so having this little bump here is fine. Even then, I could make it a little bit more bumpy. Maybe. I definitely need to find some more music though for doing this. We're changing song after this loop. Oh, we're still very early into the song. Oops. Control S. Excuse me. I definitely want this starting place to have some more openings in between like this and like this. Because with perspective, when things are closer, they can be more farther apart. Like if you're looking at a fence, right? Fence, awfully drawn fence, but these two, you're gonna see it like pretty far apart from each other because we're like, we can see it. But if I were to do the same thing back here, oh, whoopsies. Sorry about that. I can, oh shoot, I didn't know I could do that. If we were seeing a fence gate from afar, it'd probably look more akin to that. Even if it's the same distance, it's just because it's farther back. So the back area over here where we're drawing these wheat stalks is probably going to look a lot more dense, while this is probably going to look a lot more sparse, a lot more open. But we can still have, I need one to come this way though. Something like this. Yes, yes. Maybe have another long one. Something like this even. Oh, could. I was gonna say it could go behind that, but no, that's okay. It's looking a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. I definitely think art can look weird until you start adding more and more to it. It's kind of a thing where it's like, I don't know how I like this. It was a lot like that when I was doing these tiles down here. Which, by the way, if you see this down here, right here, this is, the feels bad. Where is my trail? There's my trail. That's harmonica. If you know what that is, you know what that is. Wait, I'm changing song. Stop. Nope. Alright, we're gonna be listening to Deep Ocean by Wonki now, which is usually our outro, but I would be... My goodness, it's so loud. To be at 15%. My goodness. Ugh. What I could do is I could have... These kind of look like they're touching, which is not what I want. Like that. So what I will do is I'm actually going to erase this part. I'm going to have it do that. So that way it looks like it's going behind that one. That's what I want. This is a stalk that's behind it, so I want it to look like it's behind there. Is that too small? I think it's a bit too small. Yeah, that's more fun. Because I don't want it to look too small like that one. Because that one's farther back, so it should look a little smaller. Oh man. I'm dreading that I picked to do this. Why couldn't I just be a normal YouTuber and use like a clickbait title or thumbnail? Why do I have to put work? Alright, something like that. That's a bit too much leaning, I think. I think I want this one to be more upright. No, more upright. Yeah, like that. And then again, I don't want this to be too thick. So I'm going to do that. Nope. No. Yes. Good job, me. Half cut. And then where do I want? I guess this one can just go straight up. And up. 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 Whoop. It looks like a sword. Perfect. Maybe have it come bending in a little bit there. It still kind of looks like a sword, I'm not gonna lie, Chief. Not much you can do about that. That's okay. Once we start adding the detail, like the seeds in here, like that, and then like that, it'll look better. It's just making the base. It's okay. I'm trying to reassure myself because I am not. I forgot to hit loop. I definitely do need to get some more music for a playlist here, though. We'll do that over time. I probably should make this one thinner. It looks a bit thick. So what I'm going to do, that's Blender, that's the right button, this one. Okay, hold on, that's too big. There we go. We're going to grab this entire side here and bring it in. Something more like that, I think is fine. Yeah. Okay, selection, clear. Yeah, I can live with that. I probably want this to come in some too. Yeah, so I'm working on that. Now it just looks like a pole arm. Shoot. Alright, let's make it wobble a little. Maybe have that come out a little bit like that. Maybe? No. Maybe make it come in a little bit like that. And then maybe bend it around. Maybe. Just trying some stuff out. This is a bit thin here though. This needs to come out some. Oh, that's too thick, me. I don't want it to look too thin, but it's the biggest thing with trying to draw this wheat is first of all, I'm doing this at the wrong angle. There we go. It's usually, so when you draw a straight line, it's usually really good to do it at a 45-degree angle going up. It's just a lot easier on the mind to do it that way. I'm just thinking of how I want this to go. Maybe I have another one in here. This one maybe will just be the stalk. Like we won't see the bud. Like that. Because this is supposed to be very densely packed and everything, so that's fine. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot more dense up here, which is gonna be rough, but that's good. That's part of the art experience. All pain, all gain. No, that's not true. You have to be very careful with your body. Your body is not a machine. Your body has limits. And you should listen to those limits. You should not push yourself too hard, lest you get burnout. I don't know where I want this one to go. I guess that's fine. No, me. Yeah, that's a bit better. Something like that? Yeah, it's fine. And then what I can do is I can bend it this way. No, that looks like a knife. It's a bit better. Yeah, something like that. That's pretty nice. I like that. Something like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that it comes in a little bit there. I like that little bend. I love myself a good old bend. Yeah. Does it serve a purpose? No. Do I care? No. Sometimes it's nice just to have a little curve. Little bends. Little bennies. Benny. Items vented. Bongos vented? Listen, I'm just losing my mind a little bit. It's fine. You gotta lose your mind every now and then, you know? It's part of life, you know? Sometimes you go insane, you go a little crazy. I really wanted this thumbnail to be done, but there's still so much work I have to do with this. I still have to do... Is that a bit too close? I think it's a bit too close. I think I want it to be... Maybe I'll have this one a bit more forward. Like here, start. And it goes up. And it goes up. And this one's gonna bend to the right here. No. Oh, that's too far of a bend. Stop it, me. Bending too much. Too much bending. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. By the name of, Basura? I don't, Hysine? Those are the only two Daedra I know. I never really got deep into the Elder Scrolls lore. You will at some point, because we're going to be playing through the Elder Scrolls games at some point. Oh my goodness, I have to draw a thumbnail for those two. Oh. Me realizing the sheer amount of work I have to do with some stuff. There we go, that's fine. You know what? I chose to do this way. Honestly and truthfully, if I wanted to, I could have just found images on Google and slapped a title on it and be done with it, but no, I wanted to do it my way, which was doing it myself. Oh. I'm happy I have a drawing tablet, man. I have seen some people do really good art with a mouse, but my hand is way too shaky for that. You can even see it shaking right now, actually, a little bit. Yeah. I don't have the I don't have the muscle, not the muscle, well, I guess it would be a muscle, the hand muscle to keep it steady like that. No, hold on. We don't want that to be like that. No, we need to come out and in. Something like that. Ah. Ah, I like it. It looks kind of like a shoe. It's okay. Yeah, something like that, maybe. That's fine. I almost want this to be a little longer. I think it needs to be a little longer. Where's my select tool? You come hither. Transition. Hold on. Close. Escape. T. That, and I need it just come this way some bit more. And then we can come in, like that. There we go. And then selection clear. Say, oh, clear please. Thank you. Broche. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. Tasty. So I guess we could talk about what I've been up to lately. I'm playing a lot of Warframe, to be fair. I got a lot of Warframe. Warframe's kind of become my main game. It's always been my main game over the past several years. But, no. Like that, yeah. Been playing it a lot. Because it's kind of one of the very... few games that I play for myself that I can run now. Because as you get, if anyone's new here, any of my VOD boys are here, my PC is dying. If I had a guess, I don't know what's actually killing it. Oh shoot. Oh no. No, get out of here, line. I don't actually know what's killing it. If I had a guess, it would probably be my GPU that's dying, or so I have two main parts I think are the main culprits of my PC kind of losing its lifespan. My PC's old, right? My PC is very old. I've had this PC since like 2015? If you saw my debut, you saw my parts, so you should know that it's definitely got its quirks. It's a bit too tilted. I don't want to tilt too much. Something like this, that's kind of cute. I kind of like that they cross paths. That's a bit too curved though. But I've had this PC for probably over a decade at this point, so it's definitely had its fair share of use, and it's showing its years. She is showing her years, but that's okay. She still works. But I definitely think I'm gonna have to look into getting something done, because this is a ticking bomb waiting to go off. Maybe bulge it out and then we can come in like that. No, you don't like it. Something like that, maybe. That's better. But so my PC can only do so much. So I don't try to push it too much, and I definitely been seeing even the normal games I play, like Warframe, have been having some performance issues now and then, but that's just the way things are. I like that they're like crossing each other. Listen, let me enjoy my plants. Let me enjoy it. It's my favorite part of drawing, are plants. And I don't know why that is. Like, I really do enjoy drawing like scenery like this. Like, stuff like this is actually stuff I really do enjoy drawing. I don't know why. I just really do. I really do enjoy like looking up how certain plants look, and how their buds and stuff look. I'm not a biologist or anything. Well, plantologist. But I still enjoy it. So it's a lot of fun. Now, is it the main thing I want to draw? No, not really. I definitely think the main thing I want... I like drawing living things. I definitely like fauna and stuff. Fauna and flora are a lot of fun to draw for me. But that doesn't mean I don't like to draw inorganic things. I do like to draw inorganic things. I definitely like drawing stuff like tanks. Tanks are cool. Mechs are really cool. No. That's a bit too pointy. But yeah, mechs are really cool. There's a lot of different type of mechs you can draw. There's different styles of mechs you can even draw, because there's stuff more akin to some like Armored Core, which they look much more like a murderous robot that will kill you, compared to something like Gundam, which they look more humanoid. And there's different ways that you can even make a mech. You can make a mech with treads. You can make a mech with robotic legs, some more of like a humanoid stance like that. Like, that's a leg. Then, it bends like that. You can have it look a lot more industrial, like so. You can have it have what I call the backwards knees, which are like this. And they have that. You can have, I did the treads. You can have something quadrupedal, and that gives you a lot of options. There's definitely a lot of different ways you can draw mechs, and it's really cool. Maybe I just really like mechs, to be fair. It's all about the mechs, Spider-Man. It's all about the mechs. Maybe I'm just going mad because I'm gonna have to draw like 100 of these and detail each one. I do not expect to be done with this field in any timely manner. Not namely. Excuse me, sorry. I'm a bit belchy, aren't I? I'm just trying to get a general gist how I want this to look. I'm not sure I like this one. This one is bothering me for some reason. I don't know what it is. You're bothering me. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's a bit wobbly. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's better. Anyways, I'm definitely gonna densely pack it back here. Back here, it's going to be much more dense than I have up here. Up here, you know, you have some separation, like I said earlier. But yeah, I really do. When I'm doing art, I don't know what it is. I just kind of enjoy just doing it. I definitely think my favorite part of art is doing like detail work and coloring. Coloring is definitely like my favorite part of doing art. But I really do enjoy just figuring stuff out. Woo! Now that's a very handy reference art right here. Let me tell you, I'm saving this. Hello. I just copied the image. What did I do? I wanted to save it. Save image as. Don't you save as a web image. Yeah! It's an iStock photo, which, fine, whatever. iStock wheat. It's actually really handy. It looks more, I think this is like a drawn thing, so I can interesting. So instead of doing like the triple buds I'm seeing, because with some of the wheat, it looks more like this. Oh, it's one of these I can use. You shall be my sacrificial lamb. It looks a lot like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Oh man, that looks so much better now that I'm adding detailing to it. It actually makes me really happy. So I see a lot of them, lots of my references look like this, but the reference I just downloaded has some of them looking different. So it has, let's say this one. So it'll be like that, like that, like that, like this, like this, like this. Oh my goodness, detail work does so much work, man. I just add details immediately and I'm like, wow, Zach, I love that. Whoa. Now, the biggest issue with doing art is making sure you get references that aren't AI, which, you know, sucks, but that's the world we live in. Shoot, did I bookmark it? Please tell me I bookmarked my reference. Because I have two sites that I use for references. If I can find them, I'll say it out loud. Sketchfab is one of them. Sketchfab is a 3D one, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. Shoot. Pixabay. Is that the name of it? Pixabay. Yeah, Pixabay. Pixabay makes it so that way you can filter out AI stuff. And I know there was one other I was using. I don't remember what it was. But that's okay. We're switching songs now. We're going back to Sincole, because I like it. Man, I have a Spotify playlist, right? And in that Spotify playlist, I have every song I could ever need. And wheat. Oh, that's so handy. Oh my goodness, this is actually really, really handy. There's so many good pictures here. Downloadable. I would download them if I need to. Content type, authentic only. Get that AI slop out of here. Disgusting. iStock photo, that's another one I love to use because I'm pretty sure they don't let, I think they don't have AI here. It may not have been this one, honestly, I don't remember. Oh yes, let me get my ethnicity for my wheat. Okay, so maybe not iStock, because I think some of that's AI. I don't want that. So I use Pixabay because I can clear AI, and then I use Sketchfab for 3D stuff. Sketchfab is really helpful for doing specific things in a more 3D look, because if you guys didn't know, for the last thumbnail I did, the one for the Yacha, the Predator Gauntlet, I had to look how the blade looked in a lot of different angles, and that's what I used Pixabay for. I made it so that way I could be like, okay, so there's some detailing on this, there's some detailing there. It was really, really handy. Also, as a fair note, I'm a little sore right now, which is kind of why I'm very much free wheat in this economy. Wow. Wow. Free wheat. Oh, I enjoy the wheat. But yeah, let me actually favorite this on my art thing now. Yeah, art help. There we go, done. So that way I can always come back to that. Oh, that's so oh, this is how wheat looks. Interesting. So this is making it so I can actually study the wheat a little bit more in a 3D look. So I think I've been assuming wheat looks different than I thought, and it's very interesting being wrong. Okay. So I could still do the thing where it's like this, like that. But the way it looks is it actually sticks out everywhere on the stock. So it's something akin to just kind of how you're looking at it. So I could definitely do something like that, like that, like that. Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, yes. We're probably not get to the detailing work for this. This is just making it so I can actually just look at these though. I really enjoy that. Yeah, that's fine. I definitely don't think I'm drawing these correctly. I definitely think these stalks need to basically be much, much thinner. I think I'm drawing these stalks way too thick. I think these are fine. I think these are my problem children. Okay, we can fix it. All you need to fix is to use my select tool and then make it smaller. Just make it a bit thinner like that. Well, let me zoom and enhance. Where did the lines go? That's fine. Selection clear. Yeah, that's a bit better. I can work with that. Pen, which is B. Let me fix this up some. A lot of this will probably get fixed in post. That's okay. As usual, though, I should probably say this on each art stream I do. I don't support AI. AI is slop. Get that out of here. Everything I'm drawing, it's by me alone. Please don't use it for anything else. Don't use it for AI training. Don't do anything weird with it. Yeah. This is fine, actually, the size. I was kind of like, but I can work with these. Oh, there's the calf. Forgot all about that. I definitely think this is going to help me set up some stuff. I'll probably erase most of these stock lines. I think I'm going to have basically circles. Now, I said I would talk about this, and I honestly forgot I was going to talk about it. So this looks like a normal tree, but it's not going to look like a normal tree. What I wanted to do is I'm going to have these roots come up and around, and it's going to make up the entire tree. Why is our eraser so small? It's going to wrap around the entire tree. This tree is going to be made of roots, pretty much. I looked up some Tree of Destiny stuff, and like one of my favorite designs was like a tree that just looks like its roots that go all the way up. I definitely think that's going to be messing with, but that's Fusion issue because we're focusing on I almost said the cornfield, the wheat field. This was going to be a cornfield because I was like, I think a cornfield would look pretty cute, and I was like, wait a minute, wheat, because wheat looks really cool. Not gonna be wrong, corn looks cool because it's very similar. It's like that. That's a bit too thick, and then it has a big bowl. That's corn. That's corn. I was also thinking of doing maybe putting a lake here and using something like what are they called? I almost want to call them dragon tails, but that's not what they're called. I don't remember what they're called right now. I almost consider using something like that, maybe. Man, I miss streaming. I've been doing awful this month. I'm so sorry. We're on the 16th and I've done like 3 streams. As soon as we are done with this Trails in the Sky SC thing though, oh, we are in business. I guess I'll talk a little bit more about some channel stuff. Again, we recently reached 100 subs. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Why am I... Get that over there. Wait. Nah, it's fine. I'm so appreciative to hit that number. I did not think I would ever hit that because we have been sitting on we've actually been sitting on like 97 subs for like ever. Even when I was not streaming, when I was doing video recording. So back when I was like pre-VTuber, I didn't do any like face cam stuff. I said I wanted to try it at some point, but I think I said I wanted to hit a milestone of like subs or something. I was young, so I was like, yeah, that's cool. You know, it's a goal or something. You know, a bit. Ooh, sorry. It's a bit lofty. But I definitely think I wanted to do something with my face. And then my subconscious kicked in, and I no longer had confidence. I'm trying to remember if I ever did show my face on a video. I don't think I ever did. I think there were some videos that I did IRL stuff in. Those are all deleted at this point, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't actual IRL stuff, it was mostly just me doing like update videos. That brings back some good memories, actually, doing those update videos, which sounds weird to say, but on some of those videos were, my cat was in it, and I really miss that cat some days. Oh. But that's life. That is life for you. Whoops. Let me make it smaller. Sometimes you're just gonna miss things, and that's okay. Because sometimes you're just gonna miss people, and you're gonna miss your companions that you had before. Because sometimes it's their time to leave this plane of existence, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to understand it's time to say goodbye. It's rough, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it is something that everyone has to deal with at some point. Everyone loses companions, friends. Hopefully for you guys, it's, you know, not like people dying. Hopefully it's, you know, you leaving on mutual terms where you're like, you know, this just isn't working. I think we should part ways. And that happens to you sometimes in life. Sometimes friendships just don't work out. I've had numerous occasions where friendships just don't work. No one's really in the wrong necessarily, but it just happens. And that's okay. Sometimes friendships won't even start. Sometimes, you know, people just don't, it doesn't even have to be like, oh no, this person's wrong, this person's awful, how dare they exist. No, sometimes it's just people don't mesh, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is like 7 point something billion people in the world, you know, you're just not gonna mesh with some people. It happens, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, sorry, I'm stretching. I did some stuff yesterday, and oof, my body's a little achy from exercise. That happens, though. I made sure to stretch, though, so that's why it's not as bad as it could be. But yeah, sometimes you're just gonna mesh with people, and sometimes you just have to understand that things aren't like that. You know? I want us to bend a little, I think. I want us to bend up there. Maybe like so. Okay, hold on. I want us to bend a little. Bend a little bit like that, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Selection clear. Something like that, maybe. But yeah, honestly, sometimes friendships you think are gonna last and they don't, and you know, sometimes, you know, sometimes there are people in the wrong, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna downplay that, but sometimes you just don't mesh. Sometimes you just, you know, seasons change, but you know, your love will grow cold. It's best to move on rather than holding on to something. Oh, it's bending weird. This part right here is bending. It doesn't, I don't want it to. I could, you know, I could have it so that way it kind of goes like that. Maybe. I need it to come more like that then. Yeah, honestly, even as of late, I've been, some friendships have been waning, and it hurts, don't get me wrong, but it do be that way sometimes, you know? Yeah. Saying it happens, but now that doesn't eliminate the owies. Maybe we get a bit too real, but you know, that's okay. Sometimes you have to be a bit real in your streams. But it'll be okay. Things work out. Sometimes you have to walk your own path. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Yeah. Trust me, I've been around for a minute. I've seen countless friend groups disband and split. You know, sometimes that's just friend groups. Sometimes friend groups just don't stand the sands of time, and there's no, you know, it's okay to feel, you know, bad about that and feel a little bit sad, and it's okay to feel anxious about it too, you know, anxious that things may not go the way you want with your friends, and that's understandable. I feel that. I understand that. I definitely see I've seen some friends talk about it. And the best thing you can do in any type of relationship, whether it be, well, any safe relationship, anything that where you can speak your mind openly, because sometimes there are bad situations where people are in, there's not much they can do about it, and well, they can do stuff about it, it's just they're not ready to do something about it. But if you safely can, the best thing that you can do in any relationship, whether that be your significant other, whether that be your friend, family member, anything of that sort, is having good communication. Good communication is like one of the most important things to have, and it's very important to not just talk about how you feel, but also listen to how other people feel too. It's important to talk about how you're feeling and how other people are feeling, but it's also important to listen to how other people are feeling. Because if you just talk and you don't listen, then that's not good communication. That's just you're talking to someone and they're talking to a brick wall, you know? It's not healthy. It's very, very important to understand other people's feelings, how other people are doing, and being there for them the best you can. No, don't get me wrong. Everyone has their own limits to things. Oh, that's binary eraser. Oopsie. I'm like, why is that so big? Whoa. So I'm a little silly. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on making the stalk look good. Excuse me. But, you know, it's important for communication to be good, it has to go two ways. If it's just going one way or the other, that communication is not going to work. And that's a very big root to some people's issues with other people. Don't listen. They don't understand how other people can feel and how they can make other people feel. And, you know, sometimes you're going to mess up now and then. I've messed up plenty of times with not understanding how people are feeling and not doing what I could do to make things better. And sometimes you're gonna feel regret with that, but at the end of the day, understand one important thing. You're only human. Granted, as you can see in my model, I'm not human, but that's besides the point. Woo-wee! But, you know, you're gonna make mistakes in life. That's just part of it. Dreading every single encounter and every single thing is just gonna make you feel anxious. You're just gonna feel constant anxiety. You're not going to live. You're just gonna feel fear, and you're gonna let fear control your life, which isn't a way to live. You can live that way if you want. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but you really should open yourself up to some people. Now, it's understandable if you have issues in the past where it's harder to do that, but that doesn't mean you should just shut everyone out, you know? It's really important to... While it's important to understand other people, it's also important to understand yourself. Very important to understand yourself, too. Needs to be a bit more smooth. There we go. It'll work for now. Trying to understand... If you don't understand yourself fully, you're going to have a lot of issues trying to understand other people. You have to find solace within yourself before you can be there for others. And, you know, sometimes you're not going to feel at peace, and you're not going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Never worry about that, because you'll find your way. You just have to endure, and it'll get better over time. It does. It does get a lot better. Trust me. I've seen some things. I've had some times, even, if you will, but sometimes you just have to hold on, and eventually things will get better. You just have to have a little bit of faith in yourself and a little bit of faith in those around you. I'm saying faith, and, you know, people immediately assume a spiritual thing, but it doesn't have to be spiritual if you don't want it to be. Something very important that I was taught in stress management is humans have a lot of basic needs, you know, and you're taught these in biology. I'll put them over here. To survive, humans need a couple of things. They need food. They need food. They need water. They need shelter. And there's also one more important thing, which is more on a scale. All humans need some form of social interaction. I'm so good at writing. But humans are social creatures, right? We are very, very social creatures. Now, it's dependent from person to person, because that need of socialization is more on like a spectrum. Some people, they will have a lot of need for socialization. Some people have less of a need for socialization. It could have something to do with you're introverted or you're extroverted, but that's not always the case. Sometimes introverts really still need that social interaction a lot, and sometimes extroverts don't need it as much. It's just because you're introvert or extrovert doesn't mean that your social needs will directly apply to any specific part of the spectrum of socialization needs. And your needs will change. Your needs may change over time too. Some days maybe you're here, maybe some days you're here. Who knows? My music stopped. Why did my music stop? It's buffering. That's why. Hello. Fine. No more send coal for you. We're getting devotion. But understanding where your social needs are and making sure that you get enough socialization is very important. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Sometimes you just need a day to just talk with some friends, you know. Talk with people that you care about or people that care about you. It should go both ways. I don't know why it wouldn't. But yeah, it's very, very important to take care of your social needs just like your other needs. So being sleep, eating, hydrating, shelter. It's very, very important to take care of all of your needs. Because if you ignore them, your overall health will not be good. It'll deteriorate, and that's not good. You don't want that for your health. You don't. Maybe I'm being a bit too preachy. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a very preachy person. That's a possibility. I have not done a lot of work this stream. I've barely drawn anything. We've been live for like... Oh my goodness. I'm not very good at art, chat. Arting is not my specialty. Granted, I really don't have specialties. I'm very much so figuring out what I excel at. Granted, I really don't excel at a lot of things, to be fair. I'm just kind of me. And some days that's hard to accept. That's okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And then maybe have another one back here. Make it a bit smaller, but not too small. So maybe have it come from there. And come from there. I need to zoom in for this. Then have it come up. Come up. Up. There we go. No. There we go. And then maybe have this one go to the left. I don't know. I definitely do feel that people need to take better care of themselves and understand each other better and just listen to each other more. If people listen to each other more, things will be a lot better. You know, Meowth said it best in Pokemon. Maybe if we stopped focusing on what makes us so different and focus on what we haven't that are similar, maybe things wouldn't be so bad. Oh, I love Pokemon. I definitely like having these like different areas almost where it kind of looks like they're in the background a little bit there. I think it adds some like dynamic spacing to it. Definitely adds some like, how would you call it, like verticality? I don't understand. So there's different like axes when you do art, right? You have your y-axis, you have your x-axis, right? X, Y, yeah, I think that's it, right? I don't remember. But then you also have your z-axis, which kind of goes like that. It's more of your 3D axis. And I definitely think with having different sizes of these and making it look like they're in the more of the background makes it definitely helps. Like that one right there, or this one back here. It makes it so that way it looks farther back. Again, I probably have to do some more back here, but that's besides the point. And then maybe have one more right here. It's been included a little bit too much. Ooh, I could have it come up to here. Erase that. Like that. And then have it come up, up, and then out a little bit, like that, and then back down. I can even make this one a bit shorter if I wanted to, or a bit longer. Who knows? Like there. So it would come in, and out, and then up, and then out, like so. I definitely like when they kind of cross paths like this. It makes it look cool. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just silly. Maybe I'm just a silly little goose. No, it's how far up do I want this to be? I guess like there would probably be best. So it looks like it kind of is gonna come in. So this is like the foreground, right? You're gonna have this, and then it's gonna curl up that way. I think that'll look good. Not like anyone's here with me right now, but that's okay. I'm just talking to myself. Insanity. Can you use a paste bin for these songs? Paste. No, I don't know. So, hold on. Let me actually look at something. Please refer to our usage policy. Hold on, come here. Usage policy. Yes, all we ask is that you credit the artist and songs using the description. Okay, follow guidelines. Simply copy and paste the credit scene, description of the video. If there's not one to copy, please put a link to our upload in your description. In your stream description. Independent creator, game everyone. Find a credit in several places. Be shown the information required to credit as well as the opportunity to deliver. I don't understand where to put. See, I don't know if they're gonna get mad if I do a paste bin, because it would save me a lot of space and I could put a lot more music in there. I could be like, and here's the song, this song, this song, this song, this song, this song. That's it. I want to listen to more Sen Colvin now. We're gonna go back to Overdrive. Enjoy. So, yeah. If you don't mesh with anything I've been saying for the past like hour about you know, people not meshing and everything else, that's perfectly fine. You know, people have different ways of thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as the way you think is okay. You might say, what do I mean by that? That's hard to explain. You have to give me a second to think. I definitely think if your way of thinking is hateful, that's probably not a good and conductive way to think. Now, hate can come from a lot of different places. Why is it spindy? You know, people sometimes have hate in their hearts come from bad experiences, you know? Sometimes people will have a bad experience and that can negatively have a interpretation of a person or persons or even an entire race or an entire religion, X, Y, and Z, an entire sex, gender, X, Y, and Z. And it's understandable to feel sometimes some type of way, but you shouldn't let that be an excuse for you to feel that way forever. Because if all you feel is hate in your heart for that specific thing, it's not really conductive. It's more destructive. Now, don't get me wrong, there's things that go on in the world where, okay, you know, I understand why you can feel that way, and I don't personally ever expect people to be like, to forego their hate for someone, for something very serious, right? Like, there are serious things that I'm just not going to touch on, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to spread good vibes. But I definitely get it. Sometimes people's heart take a while to recover from bad situations, and you know, at the same time, you know, just because you feel that way doesn't mean you should act upon it. You know, you should definitely never actually do bad things with those feelings. Is that too big? But it's in the background a little bit. Maybe I should make it smaller. Select. Come hither. You shall be shrunk. Come hither. Let me color all of you with this blue transition. I definitely think, again, people should listen to each other more and try to understand each other better. That Yapping. Yeah, that's better. Reflection clear. This line, be gone. But, you know, things aren't always so black and white in life. Sometimes people can do bad things. Sometimes it's not even to bad people, sometimes it's good people. And then it's understandable to be angry and grieve, and I would definitely suggest talking to someone about that if you ever feel that way. Talking to a professional if you know you can, or talking to what are some other people you can talk to? You can talk to like a priest, you can talk to a chaplain, you can talk to a confidant, you talk to a helpline, because there are a lot of helplines if you need to talk about stuff. And with therapy, if that's the route you choose, there's something very important to understand about therapy. There isn't going to be a very easy fix-all thing. Sometimes it's just going to take time to work through what you've been through, and that's okay. There's no rush. It's understandable to want to feel how you used to feel and whatnot, but sometimes you just gotta take the time, and it'll get better with time. But there are some just like any other person in the world, some therapists you're not gonna mesh with. There are going to be, you may have to go through several different therapists before you find the one that works for you, because you know, I've definitely had some friends that have gone to some and been like, you know, I don't like this one. And that's fair. You know, therapists are people. And again, you're not gonna mesh with everyone. It happens. My voice is dying, oh my goodness, hold on. Let me make a sip. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. Granted, everything I say was a grain of salt, because, you know, I'm just one random idiot on the internet. definitely take what I say with a grain of salt. Of me going through my own experiences. Our experiences may differ, you know? What I've seen and gone through may differ from what you've seen and gone through. We're all different people. And while it's important to look at our similarities, it's also it's important to understand our differences. Because our differences also are very important. Excuse me. Because our differences also make us who we are. Our individuality. Oh, I'm so belchy tonight. Oh my goodness, sorry. Well, time to change track. We're going to Sim Cole because I really like the song. I'm vibing with this so much. I really am. Yeah. It's very important to understand the differences you have to those around you, and also your similarities. Because that can bring you to some really cool people. You can meet a lot of really different individuals that may share some things that you feel, or maybe even have some differences in what you feel. understanding their differences can be really important too. Oh my goodness, I love this. Oh, it looks so good. Sorry. You know, it's really interesting trying to figure out your own way in the world, you know? I definitely think that having some level of learning your own individuality is very important. Because individuality is very, very important. It's important to never let your individuality fade away into the flows of a river that is life. Because if you sacrifice who you are, then you're just living, you're not alive. Well, you're alive, but you're not living. And you know what? I say that, but sometimes that does happen. Sometimes you just get a little numb to the world. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people go through experiences where they just kind of feel numb. It happens. And, you know, some people just have issues feeling in general. Could have made a joke there, but, you know, I'm not trying to make jokes. I'm just trying to vibe and draw. Do I like that? Could draw something like this where it comes out and down. No, because it would come out like here and then come over. Now you may say, well, YouTube individual, why should I trust what you're saying? You know, fair assessment. Fair. I am just some random idiot with a VTuber model drawing wheat. And, you know, fair. You don't have to listen to me if you want to. I am just an idiot or talking about stuff. If that's your cup of tea, then you come to the right place. If it's not, I am sorry. Not much you can do about it. You clicked on this video and you're somehow here. I appreciate you being here, but don't feel forced to stay here. Because I find it fun to talk to people, but I definitely don't want people to feel forced to be somewhere they want to be, you know? Let me see what I do here. I'm gonna have this start end in this way. And then something like this. Maybe something along that line? Let me see how I feel about it. No, I don't like that. You're that. I must look at the pictures of the wheat field. Where are they? Where are my wheat field pictures? Very funny to say out loud. That's wheat. I need a field though. Yeah, it's fine. I can see. I see what I can do. Maybe I should make this a bit more dense here in the foreground. Not there though. Maybe this is like an entrance through the core, not the core, the wheat field. This one. So maybe make it a bit more dense, like here maybe. I need to zoom and enhance, please. And have this one come up, up, and then, oh, that's a bit too thick there. Up, that. And then, like, along there. Nope, along there. Nope, along there. Maybe. What is this? What does this do? I don't know what that does. Oh, wait a minute. Is that doing what I think it does? I don't know what that actually means. The minimum size down there? You can't see what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm just experimenting with something. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't fully understand, but I think it's fine. I don't remember where I was. I was here, right? And then maybe have that be where it stops, and then it comes over and out, like so. Ooh, lines are a lot more clean that way. I like that. All right, fair enough. No. Maybe have it come to about here, and then that goes there. Maybe even have it come over this way some. Maybe like this. So that way you get some playing with like how it's gonna sit on top of that. So we erase this part, right? So that way you kind of are getting some foreground versus background stuff here. I definitely think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm liking this. So you can see here, I'm basically trying to mess with like background, foreground stuff. So this is like in the foreground, this is right behind it, and then this, it still sits on top of this one though. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot actually. Whoopsies. Sorry about that. I still have so much wheat to draw. So much wheat. Who made all this wheat? Who did it? Was it you? Was that me? Could have been anyone. It could have even been Explode. Oh, I love Team Fortress 2 so much, man. Such a good game. I definitely wouldn't mind doing a TF2 stream at some point, but I definitely think I would want to do MVM with like friends and not do randoms, because in case you don't know, Team Fortress can be a little wacky sometimes, a little funky, if you will. Up there, and have it come over like so. It's a bit too short. This one's gonna sit equal with this one, so maybe sit like that, like that. So I erase this and erase this. Something like that. Oh, I just heard a double beat for some reason. That's weird. Whatever, it's fine. Fine. Yeah, I like that a lot. Because you can still kind of see this part of it sticking out, like right there. Dimensions! Oh, how I enjoy drawing in dimensions. So this one's farther in the back, but not too far back. So, a bit too curvy. Curves, my weakness, because I really do have issues drawing straight sometimes. There we go. And maybe have this one come up more at a straight angle, like so. Oops. Something like that. Where's that? Son of a goblin. There we go. Whoa, too tall, me. Easy there. And then have it come up. Maybe come in a little bit, then up. No, up. Whoa. What did I do? I need to stop hitting control. For some reason, my pinky's just sitting on the control key. I'm trying to hit control Z, pretty much. Control 0. Yeah, I'm kind of into it. It's coming along nicely. It's gonna look a lot better once we color and, like, design it, but not here or there. That's future us's issue, not current us's issue. Do I like this? I don't know. This was. No, it should come out a little bit more in here. Hold on. Let me have that come here. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, it's a bit better. Messing with dimensions. Wham. Hold on. Something like that. A little bit of a curve to it. It has curves. I may be going a little insane. It's fine. I'm just drawing wheat. Wouldn't you go insane for drawing wheat? Okay, wait. Where did I say one? This is the entrance, right? Right here. I think. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I can work with it. I can vibe with it. Have one here, maybe. Something like that. You can tell it's in the background. Yeah, I can vibe with it. I have the image in my head. It's just gonna take a little bit of making an image reality, as is art. Sorry if my commentating's been cutting out a little bit. I've been focusing. To be fair, I usually don't talk very often when I'm doing art, unless I'm like, I don't know, how do I feel about this? Do I like this? Do I like that? No. Do it again. How are we doing? Well, I've been drawing for almost 2 hours and it's just wheat. It's just wheat. How could you be drawing for 2 hours and only draw wheat? Well, you see, I'm insane. And yeah, many people would probably say my sanity probably deserves scientific study. And I'd say, how dare you? You have to pay me to study my brain. It ain't a free ride, Jimmy. Gotta pay the Bebo tax, the BB tax. That may be one of the most cursed things I've ever had to sprout out from my vocal cords. But hey, it's for horses. Okay, I think I am losing my mind. All this wheat going to my brain. It's making me go insane. I'm gonna start sprouting some nonsense. This one sits behind that, so I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna sit behind that. And then come out like that. Come in. Like this. Come up. Do I vibe with that? Yeah. Even have a little curve to it. Maybe make it a little curvy. Ooh. How? saucy. A little bit of curve to the plant. If anyone was here, they would probably be judging me very aggressively. YouTuber, why are you talking about plants? And sauce. Listen, maybe I'm hungry. Actually, I'm not really hungry. I do have a snack next to me if I get hungry. But I have not felt the urge to snack. So I think I'm good. I want to have some of them be on the side here. I want to curve like this and then have it curve even more. Curve even a little bit more like that. It's a bit too curvy me. That looks like a knife me. It's a bit too straight. Like a bit like this, I think. No, it needs to come like that. And then curve in. No, this needs to be lower, like so. Yes, yes, give me the power. You must give me the unlimited power. Sorry if I'm coughing a lot. I do be that way sometimes. Allergies and whatnot. You, I'm changing you. Where are you? Be gone. No more deep ocean. We're going back to overdrive. So I like it. My itchy. Oh, big stretchies. Make sure to, it's always good to stretch like every so often. I should probably get up and stretch my legs here in a little bit, but not right now. Actually, how are we doing? Okay, in like 10 minutes I'll get up and stretch, because then I'm moving live for like 2 hours, and that's a good point to stretch. Get some stretching. I'm good on liquids. I have my drink. Okay, I need my eraser a bit bigger, please. Thank you. And maybe that. And like so. Like so. I wonder if that's too big. Too big. Because this shouldn't be too large here, because we're in the background now. We're getting farther away from this stuff, so it should start getting smaller. I think this one needs to be smaller too. And it needs to look less like a great blade and more like a plant. That's a bit better. Sorry, I just saw my door move. Make sure there wasn't someone trying to get my attention or something. Core. I keep calling it corn. No, it's wheat me. Wheat. We should have done a potato field. Would have made me so much more happy. Potatoes. A little bit like this. Now this is a bit messy for my liking, but it's okay. Nature can be a little messy sometimes. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to basically outline these different layers, I guess you could call them, of this wheat field. Because eventually it should just keep going and keep going. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. There we go. Then we have this one sit like this. Come up, and over, and over. Looks a bit like a bird or something, but that's okay. And Okay, I'm gonna really have to zoom in for this one. Why am I smallest brush? Yeah. Okay. It has to be like pixel perfect. There we go. Oh, whoops. Okay, now I need the eraser to be like pixel small. There we go. Also, some other stuff I've been up to lately. I have been, I watched some movies. I watched, I rewatched Dracula Untold because I love that movie so much. Easily, like, one of my, not my favorite movies, but really, like, a movie I really do enjoy a lot. Because I really do enjoy it. Apparently it was supposed to, so I didn't know this until I watched it again and I was doing research on the movie. I was like, you know, well, what about this character? What's this character doing? What's this character up to? Dracula Untold was supposed to be part of a bigger franchise called the Dark Universe. It never took off because of one of the movies in the universe flopped, apparently. But it was supposed to be part of this bigger thing, and it definitely, I didn't know it at the time, but it definitely was building up for something. And it was kind of cool. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I like that. Control 0. Yeah. Yes, that's what I would like to see in my plants. Can we get smaller? Good. Do I want to? Not really. We're switching over to Sim. Actually, no, we're gonna, no, not right now. We're gonna do one more of Overdrive, and then we'll switch over to Sin Kisuke from the hit game Guilty Gear. So I watched that. I've been watching a bunch of different random shows. I went back and I watched all through Kaiju number 8, season 1, because I wanted to watch season 2, and I sometimes will just re-binge through a TV series just for the next season. I did that for Kaiju number 8. I skipped through some scenes in Kaiju number 8, but that's just because I wanted to skip through those scenes. There we go. Max line. Oh, interesting. The wheat, it shall go into the sky. Ooh. I have no idea how I'm gonna detail this back here, man. Oh, I dread it. See, these are actually going to come up off of the field because they're in the sky. You should be able to see them like that. It's a good thing I did this before I messed with the skybox. Okay, I guess that's as far back as we'll go. So all of this is going to be covered in wheat. Wheat stalks. Yeah, because I think maybe it'll come out this way some and it'll like extend that way. At least this side's gonna be really easy. All I'm gonna do is like put basic grass, some bushes, X, Y, and Z. I think I actually did set that. Hold on, left side. Oh, it's a sky. Hold on, left side foliage. Yeah, bushes, grass, and some color. Right side, it's gonna be wheat. So much wheat. Oh. I'm having fun with this though. I'm very nervous when it comes to showing my art off because, let's face it, I'm not the most good artist. I am very much so a amateur. So let me make this a bit bigger. There we go. And I don't have the field experience of some people, so my art can look pretty shabby at times, and that's just a part of my experience because I am very much still a beginner of art, and doing everything myself is definitely a decision that I've made. A good decision? I don't know about that one, but it was a decision I made. Definitely was a decision. I really like this song a lot. I'm gonna be using this song more. It won't be used in anything else besides probably art streams, but I definitely do need to look at some other music. Why does this one look this way? I don't like it. Hold on. There we go, that's a bit better. That's nice. I like that. Beep, 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 beep. And as we get farther into this, I want this to become more and more dense, so I'm gonna have one of them coming up. About there. And since this one sits behind it, it's gonna go like that. Come up, please. And sit like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Shoot. Shoot. Come up, and then out, and then down. Yeah, I can work with that. Perspective hard. That's part of art though. And then I like to have maybe one in here, fill in this gap. I'm doing all this work and I don't think it's necessary. Because again, this is just a thumbnail. Oh, granted, we're using this thumbnail a lot, so maybe it is necessary. So this one's actually getting covered by this part of the stock, so it's just going to come up. And then where do I want it to go? Do I want it to go to the left or the right? Let's have it go to my right here. So it's gonna come up to about here. Let's come out, out. Maybe make this one a bit longer. Some of them are kind of longer than the other ones, so maybe having a long stalk like that. I'm not against it. Looks cool. Like I said, I definitely think this is something that I have to basically draw a lot of, and then put more details in for it to start to look better. Because obviously just throwing one or like 5 stalks here isn't gonna make it look like a wheat field. You have to draw a lot of them. And as with any art, it takes time. I am not a robot, you know? I have my limitations on both my speed and my dexterity. I am just one person after all. Yeah, I like how dense this looks right here. Because definitely some wheat fields have like some very like density, like that. Which I definitely want to get back here, like where it looks very, very hard to see in between any of them. I could actually do that right now. Well, that's gonna look confusing, so I want to do this row by row pretty much. So each of these I think are gonna cover like a row. So right now we're working on this row. And then we'll work on this row, and then we'll work on this row, and then we'll work on that row. And there's probably gonna be something over here. Did Trails in the Sky have a windmill? I don't remember. Let me listen to the song one more time. Maybe we should ask my friends for some good stream free music. Maybe. maybe. But I definitely like the experience of going and finding out my own music, because this music that we're listening to right now, I was like, I'm gonna find some music. I think this is like, when did I find this music? I think it was like a few days before my debut. Did I have music during my debut? I actually don't remember. You want to do some research real quick, Rick? Take a short break from doing art. Hold on. Yeah, because I am going to take a break here in a second anyways. I embarrass myself a little bit. SOULxxdragon. No, I meant this. I love that my name is so funky that they're like, did you mean SOULxdragon? No, no, I meant what I said. Right, hold on. Let me go back to my debut, which was a long time ago. 6 months ago, actually. Yeah, there's my debut. Did I have music? Let's see. Did I have music here? Did I have music? I don't hear music. Oh no, I did. Yeah, okay, so when I debuted, I had music. That's kind of funny. Um, so I think what I actually did when I debuted, I think I went out, like, I don't remember how long it was, because that was 6 months ago. But I went out and I was like, I need music for this. Oh shoot. So I went out and was like, free to use music. And then for like an hour or two, I was like, do I like this one? No, I don't like that. I like this one, this one. And I found like 4 that I liked. All right. But I am going to take a short little break to um, stretch my back and stretch my leggies and my shoulders because they're feeling a bit stiff. And then I'm also going to see if anything needs to be done. So I will be right back in a few minutes. You can have overdrive for the time being because you've been good. Enjoy the music. Sorry for being rude. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes or so. Hitcha, hey, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to go to the laboratory too. Oh, that took a little bit longer than anticipated. Apologies. Let me hit. Right, we'll finish this all off. Take it, go. You can enjoy the rest of this. But we are. I almost just immediately went back to drawing. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're cool. Excuse me. I'm enjoying drawing my wheat field. It's definitely been a time. I hope we can get this finished soon. I probably won't be able to finish this wheat field in this stream because I only have like 25 minutes left before I need to end. I could go for a little longer if I wanted to. Fortunately, well, I do want to, don't get me wrong, but I still have stuff I need to do. Not really, actually. Do I have anything I need to do tonight? I like my squares. Let me use my shoulder here. So I know I talked about this in a previous stream, but there's a very important thing to know about when you draw. And that's your pivots of your own body. I didn't even draw the other part of this. That's why it's so hard to draw this. Once I'm done drawing this, I'll show you what I mean. Just curve in and then out. It looks too boxy. I don't like it. There we go. Add some dimension to it. There we go. Make it a bit more rounded. Yes. Okay. Anyways, so when you draw, traditionally or digitally or whatever, hold on, let me just do this. New. Yeah. So you have 3 pivot points when you draw. You have your wrist, which is, so let's say I want to draw here to here. Let's do this with my wrist. When I were to do this, you see how it immediately can curve? Because your wrist only has so much movement, right? If I were to draw straight, the wrist will only go so far, right? Let's say I want to go a distance. You see how it immediately starts to curve? Now if I were to use my elbow, it's kind of harder to... You see how it kind of curves still after a certain period? Or let me just try to draw straight. Hold on. It'll still curve eventually, even with your elbow. And then with your shoulder, you have much more range of motion, right? So if I wanted to draw in a very small place, I would be more tempted to use my wrist. But if you're not careful, you'll still hit the pivot of where your wrist can go. That's about as far as I can go with my wrist. And then it'll start to curve like that. Because the wrist can only bend so much. So it's very important to it's very important to understand which joint you're going to be drawing from. In the draw box thing, which I've been doing on and off again, they teach you mostly to draw from your shoulder, which is something I almost always default to. I like this. Look at that. No, I hate that. I don't hate it, but needs some work. But it's important to understand where you are making your lines from. Like there, when I'm ghost running this, I'm using my wrist. I know I shouldn't be. I need to be using the full range of motion that is my body. Let me zoom in here. It's something you really have to get used to when you draw. I think I actually use my elbow a lot when it comes to doing art. I should be using my shoulder a lot, but I definitely think I'm using my elbow a lot. It just feels more natural, almost. But sometimes with these smaller lines, I will use my wrist. Sometimes it's okay to use your wrist, because as with anything, you have to understand how to best use your tools. I mean tools as in like human tools, not like slop. Not that AI stinky. It's stinky. I can live with that. It shouldn't be too dense in this area. It's kind of dense, but it's not too dense. I just want to have, you know, actually, I've been wanting to draw this. Hold on. I say that, but these two are going to be like next to each other, right next to each other almost. Okay, and then come up. Whoops. That's what happens if I don't ghost method it. Because if I don't plan for the line and I just try to draw it, that's how things get a little messy. And it's important to make a plan before you commit to something. At least to me. I like to definitely plan more before. I'm more of a planner, which probably says something about me. If I were a psychologist, I'd probably know what that means. Who knows? I'm not a psychologist. I'm just some random idiot on the internet. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've been up to lately. Warframe a lot. I've been watching a lot. What I have been doing a lot of lately, I've been going back and watching some older videos from Mr. Vanos, because I really do enjoy Vanos. I enjoy seeing like the growth and like how his content has changed over the years. It's very much just something you see in a blink of an eye rather than over several years. But seeing a content creator kind of go through a change almost, because he went through several changes, right? He went from being kind of family friendly to his current content, which I enjoy all the same. I had a really funny interaction with my friend a couple days ago where I was talking about the rice hat incident. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, how do I convey this without sending the video and without just saying the words that were said? So I had to send a censored message to someone being like, what happened? They're like, oh. It's kind of funny. Maybe not to everyone, but I enjoy most forms of humor, to be fair. Like, it's very rare for me to be like, no, I don't like that, please don't do that. I think it's like only like, I talked about it during my debut, but I don't really say offensive or edgy jokes. I'll still laugh at someone if they say it, but as long as it's in the right manner, right? Like, as long as you're not saying something offensive or bad in front of someone that's would have gone through something with what you're saying. Because then you're just being rude. Then you're just being a bad person. Unless they're okay with it. Which case, then no. You're fine, because they're fine with it. Granted, it's kind of hard to understand what everyone's been through, so, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, you know, that's not my problem. Well, you know, you should still probably read the room. You know, don't be mean about it. It's very important. If you're someone's in comedy, you know, a big thing to understand is reading the room. Like, you're not gonna say a really offensive joke in front of a large group of people that would probably be very angry that you said that joke, you know? It's a very important skill to learn. You know, some people are like, oh, well, you know, humor's dead because you can't say this and this anymore. Well, you know, it's very important to understand that people have been through things, and you probably shouldn't poke the bear too much. The more you poke the bear, the more likely the bear's gonna bite you, you know? You gotta be careful. You know, it's important. Well, some people do work through tragedy with humor. Not everyone does it that way, you know? And if you so happen to meet someone that doesn't, you are gonna have a bad day. Because they're probably gonna tell you off. And, you know, that's gonna be a learning experience for you, buddy. You're gonna have to learn that, you know, sometimes you just don't poke the bear. Sometimes, gotta be chill about stuff. You know, sometimes you're gonna say something at the wrong time, and then, you know, that happens. People make mistakes. It's important to move on from them, and understand, and learn from them. This one too big? Just realizing that. Maybe it should be shorter. It's so far, like these two are farther apart, maybe. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Zoom and enhance. That's binary eraser, I didn't want that. I don't actually know what binary eraser does. I have tools, but I don't know what they do. It's kind of a funny thing. There we go, that looks better. I'm putting a lot of, to me, the devil is in the details. What I mean by that is, when I'm doing art, I like to put a lot of details in there, which people just may not see, because, you know, it's kind of hidden. I very much so doubt people are going to be like looking at this thumbnail that I'm going to have and be like, let me zoom in and enhance in these tiles or this wheat field, and let me observe each of these stalks. No, I very much so doubt anyone's going to be that observant towards my thumbnails. Now, if someone is, that's cool. I appreciate that, thank you. Appreciate people appreciating the work I'm doing, but I'm not gonna feel some sort of way if no one does, you know? It's their time. I'm not gonna be like, yes, you have to. I want you to analyze every part of this thumbnail, and there's gonna be a test on it next week. Be prepared. What angle was that wheat stalk in the 6th row pointing to? You know, I'm not gonna do that. You know, if people want to be connoisseurs of art, cool. Oh, I'm gonna say rush. We're switching music. Beep, beep, beep. 0. There we go. I do appreciate any amount of support I get for anything I do, but I don't feel like it's a necessity that someone should feel forced to, you know? Man, these lines, they're a bit rough, but that's okay. I definitely think this is coming along okay. But it could. I don't like the way some of them look, though. I think it's too. It needs to come in more. It needs to be more. It needs to be less of this. It needs to come in and down like that. It needs to look a bit more round like that and less like that. Like this one. It needs to come in and like that. Probably more akin to that would be nice. And there we go. That's this right here. It should probably be about there. Just a little whoop right there. No, that one probably ends right about there. I really do enjoy this though. I know I'm primarily a gaming channel, but I definitely like doing variety, more variety beyond just doing variety of video games, because this is different for me. I definitely did not anticipate 5 years ago that I would be doing art streams. But I'm happy I am, because I want to do more art. Art is something I do enjoy doing. It's just trying to do it is part of my mental. It's been an experience. Ooh, that's a bit too close. Hold on. There we go. And then this one's right next to it. So what I can do is that. and then out, and then back in, in. Something like that. I can live with that. I definitely can. And then maybe have one right here. Starts somewhere about there. Have it come up, up, and then this one's just gonna come straight up, like that, and then like that, like so. Yeah, I like that. Definitely having like a variety of them in here, so that way they look like different sizes and they're in different areas here. Makes it look a bit more lively. It's more alive. You really wouldn't be able to tell because it's right there, but I like this. I need to work on this tree. This tree is going to bother me, but no. We're focusing on the wheat field for another couple minutes. I say maybe we'll go a little bit over time tonight because, like I said, we started late. So maybe we'll do a little bit longer. Have that one in about there. Maybe this is a taller one. Ooh. Have it come here, come out, and over, and out and over. And erase that part because that looks not what I want it to look like. So some other stuff I would like to get into. I've actually been watching through. I've been trying to get into Stargate again because I did watch through it a long time ago. Not like the series, but I watched the movie, and then I wanted to get into the series, but I kept missing my chance. It was on a streaming platform a while back, and then they took it off that streaming platform, and it's no longer on a streaming platform anymore. Yay! So, if you know what you have to do, you know what you have to do for that. If you don't know what you have to do, I legally cannot tell you. Figure that out yourself. Figure it out yourself, sonny. What could I mean? It's a mystery. May have sounded like I said some kind of word there, but I literally didn't. I was literally just babbling. Anything else? So I said Kaiju number 8. Because I'm watching through season 2 right now as it's coming out. Because I enjoy Kaiju number 8. It's one of my, definitely something I really enjoy. I think one of my favorite genres of like an action anime or something is like a supernatural one where someone's got a transformative ability, especially if that transformative ability is like part of their body or something. So something like Tokyo Ghoul, D. Gray Man, Parasite, you know, something where their body is like a weapon or part of a weapon or something. I always think that's pretty cool. Definitely one of like my favorite plot points. Is that the right word? Maybe not. Who knows? Why is it so wavy? Why are you so wavy? What are you doing? Stop it. Stop being so wavy. Stop waving. Stop it. Wave a little bit, not that much. It's too much wave. Too much wave. There we go. A little bit less wave. Now, do those details matter? No. They matter to me, though. And that's important to me. Yes. Yes. So something in here, maybe. Gonna come up. Up. That's a bit too thick. Up. Yeah, something like that. And then have this one come to the left a little bit. And it's behind this one, it's gonna hide behind that. I don't know if it's actually gonna intercept it or, oh no, it will a little bit there. And like so. Doing it again. You just come in more. Like that. Why are there notes doubling? I hear that. Why is there note doubling going on? what is going on to my music. I hear it actually bothering me. Why do I hear note doubles? Is my PC exploding or something? I don't know. What's going on, PC? What you doing? No, it looks fine. My GPU is getting eaten for some reason. What's going on GPU? Somehow Vito Too Many is eating some of my GPU. Wow, fair enough. Now your GPU hot? Hold on. Let me see. There was a Windows update, and I realized that sometimes the Windows update defaults all of your settings. No, looks fine. Oh, it's a little warm though. It's currently 56 degrees Celsius for some reason. I say some reason, that's probably because whatchamacallit. Fine-tuning controls. Yeah, everything's where it's supposed to be. It is running at 45% of my fan speed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And then once it hits 60, yeah, okay, that's fine. Just make sure everything's looking good. Everything's fine. It's good to check every now and then. Like I said, my PC's dying. And it's saddened me a little bit to say, but you know, I've definitely had some times with this PC. Too wavy. Get out of here. Actually, no, I want the wave. Keep it in. Keep that weave in. Why, you may ask? I don't know. Looks funny. Oh. I don't know when this will actually be done. We'll do one more view, and then we'll listen to some SimCole. I don't know when I'll be able to actually finish this up because there's a lot of... So let me explain the different things I have to do. I have to finish this wheat field, right? And that means I have to color it, and also I have to put the details in. I need to actually work on the detailing and the coloring of both of these trails. I have to work on the tree. I need to work on the sides of the sky. And then I need to work on the harmonica. Harmonica is really important, okay? Very important. This tree is actually going to be the hardest part. I probably should have done the tree today and worry about the wheat at a different point, but you know what? I have slept in my bed. It's time to make it. I know the sins I have chosen. You know what? Actually, have this one come this way. And then come in. Not like that. And then spin. Yes. Yes. Not like that. You come in like that. There we go. It is bothering me that I keep hearing a double note where there's not supposed to be a double note there. I don't know what's going on in my music. I'm just hearing doo-doo. It's like, excuse me. Did something unmute or something? No? That's still muted. Weird. Oh, I opened something. What happened? Okay, hold on. It's time for the... Yes, I love this song. This is a vibe. I am vibing out. I don't know what it is with the song. It just speaks to me. And the language it's speaking is a vibe hours. I love it. That worked. Man, this song is such a good vibe. Oh, it's so good. Good heavens. I'm vibing out of my mind. So there's actually a game I actually got a while back and I never finished. I really need to get into it again. Is Deus Ex Machina. Not the original one, but the remakes of them. I have both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. At some point, I want to play through those on my own, just because it's very much so a game where it's like it's almost cyberpunk, but you know, not. I really like the messages in the game. It's really good. I definitely think it's gonna be a lot of fun when I play through it. I'm like, what, like 10 hours into it, I think? Maybe I should have to open Steam to check. Let me see, actually. Hold on. No, we'll save that until we start yapping in a little bit. So this one is here, which means it's in front of that one. I want it to go here or here? No, here. Such a good vibe, man. Oh, I love it. Because this one's in front of this one, and it'll actually go like that, and then come up, out, and up, up. And since it sits on top of it, it gets to erase that. Fix this a little bit. Like that. Yeah. Dimensions, aren't they cool? And then we'll have one back here even. That sits behind both of these, right? And what that will mean is it's gonna come up and up again, and then come like that. Just like that. And it's behind them. It sits behind them like this. Art's so cool. Like that. No. No, it looks too much like a blade. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It doesn't look good when I'm zoomed out. You know, it happens. Yeah, look at it. I love it. Oh, I love it so. Maybe even like one back here, like a cheeky little one. Just curving a little bit too early. And then like that. And then maybe have it come up. And then up. And it sits behind that one, so you don't see the end of it. It needs to connect there, though. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like this. I like how it's looking more and more like a field rather than just a few things sticking out of the ground. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. And it's gonna look so much better, like I said, once we add actual details to these stocks individual, but the things you do to make your art good, am I right? The grind ain't stopping. And what's the grind all about? Making cool plants. Okay, so like this, nice that. So this one sits somewhere around here. It's gonna come up and like that. It's kind of long. I think it needs to stop there. Like that. And then come out a little bit and then up and up. That one's coming in a little bit too much. Like that. Maybe. Like that, yeah. And you're my problem child. You, Dovahkiin. You know what you've done. Gosh darn Dovahkiin. That's another game we're gonna be playing at some point. Skyrim. I'm gonna have so much fun with that because I've actually never beaten Skyrim. As a fair note. I definitely played a lot of Skyrim, but I've never beaten it. Like the main campaign. I think the farthest I've ever gotten is like a level 15 character, and that's it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, I'm vibing. Maybe you should make it a bit shorter. Cut it to about there, maybe? Let me see how that looks. No, I don't like it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to end here shortly. I mean shortly, I mean like now. At least the art portion of the stream. I do apologize, but, you know, that's the way it be sometimes. Control S, Control S. So, in total, we have drawn a bunch of wheat. And I still have a bunch more wheat to draw. I think we're just under halfway done with the wheat field. And then after that, I can focus on the tree. So what I want to do before I start throwing colors at this, because coloring is my favorite part of doing drawing, I want to focus on the details. And then after I'm done with all the details, slap in the colors. So the sky is actually going to be the last part I'm going to do here. But I definitely think this is such a fun idea to do, of basically, let me close, yeah, of, let me, right, there we go, of basically showing you guys portions of the thumbnail before it gets done, because that, it's more so like an experience of, oh, so this is what it looks like during the drawing process. I think it's a really fun idea. Maybe, who knows. Oh, big stretchies though. I definitely feel there's still several hours of me drawing for this thumbnail, but it doesn't matter how many streams it covers. I always feel like it's important to put the effort into my thumbnails, because I'm learning art, and it's important to apply myself a lot. Apply myself as best I can, at least. Let me take my drink. I have now run out of drink. Oh, shoot. Actually, no, I still have water right here. You can hear it, kind of. Let me do something real quick. Before you have about anything in specific, I just want to say thank you for all the support over the past 6 months. It does mean the world to me. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for not being around as much this month. I've had some stuff going on, but I do appreciate all the support on the channel. I really appreciate all the support on the socials and on the actual streams and the VODs and the videos. That includes stuff like people actively engaging in chat, people giving me helpful tips, people saying hi, hope you have a nice stream, people lurking, or in my VOD boys. I see you guys, don't worry. It all means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And just, as always, make sure you're in the right place to show support, because your well-being means a lot more to me than someone dropping by. You know, I'd rather people eat, hydrate, get enough sleep, do whatever they enjoy doing, whether that be, you know, video games, artistic stuff, watching movies, watching TV shows, anything that you guys enjoy, crochet, knitting. Also, I wanted to say thank you for anyone that's shown support for the charity that we've been throwing stuff at every now and then. Thank you so much for anyone that's shown support through it, whether that be people actively giving money to it, or spreading the link around, or talking about it through word of mouth. It means a lot to me. It means a lot more to a lot of people that have been dealing with, you know, some kind of immune deficient illness. It means a lot to a lot of people. So thank you again for anyone showing support for that, because it is a really good cause. Showing support for people that need the support. Make sure to show support if you can, but never feel pressured to show support for it, because it's always important to take care of yourselves. You know, you gotta keep food on the table, you gotta keep everything safe. But yeah, thank you for anyone that's shown support for me or for charity. It means a lot to me and to a lot to other people. So thank you so much. Um, I'm just gonna yap for a little bit now. So today is currently Friday the 15th of August. The next stream should be the 17th of August. We will be doing our final Alien vs Predator stream. And then after that, next stream will be on the 19th, which is a Tuesday. If I can get the thumbnail done, we're gonna start Trails in the Sky SC, Barry. Yeah. If we don't, then that will be a Pokemon stream or another art stream, whichever one. Who knows? But we'll get there when we get there. And once we start Trails in the Sky SC, oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. I really am. I have been so excited to play that game for the past few months. I've been wanting to play it, but I've been refraining because I want to do it on stream. Because this is, from how I understand it, the finalization of Joshua and Estelle's arcs. This is the entire end of whatever's going on there. And I'm really excited to see it because I know what I understand from Trails in the Sky, the first arc, the Sky arc as I call it, is that these first three games of Trails in the Sky, FC, SC, and then third, set up basically plot points for the rest of the arcs that come after this. I do want to maybe dabble my toes eventually into the other Trails games, but that won't be for a while because other games will have my attention. But I've been wanting to finish up the story for Joshua and Estelle, figure out what happens there, and see the ending. Which, by the way, that's gonna be several months. I'm not gonna lie to you. That game probably is going to take us at least 2 months to beat. At least 2 months to beat, if not longer. Trails in the Sky FC took me like 3.5 months to beat. That's because I kept doing short streams, like tonight was. I really do need to get back into doing these long, like 5 to 7 hour streams, but it's not easy because things keep happening. But that's not here or there. I'm really excited to get into Trails in the Sky. So unfortunately, we have eaten through a lot of our time, so I don't think we're going to be able to finish Trails in the Sky in one go. What's going to happen is we're going to get into October and we're going to be playing horror games. After October, which is in November, we will go back and play through Trails, but during October, I want to play some horror games. I'm going to be playing through Dead Space 1 and 2. I want to play through maybe Outlast, maybe Amnesia. I definitely want to play through these horror-esque games. It would be a lot of fun. Horror games. Horror. I'm so good at English. And a big thing with that is I've never actually played through Outlast. Well, I've seen a full let's play of Outlast through a certain shark. I have never seen a full let's play of Amnesia of any of the games. And I've never seen Dead Space. Honestly and truthfully, I think I saw a little bit of Dead Space 3, like, when it first came out. When did Dead Space 3 first come out? Dead Space 3 release date. Dead Space 3 originally came... What? Isn't there Dead Space 3? Am I... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Is there no Dead Space 3? Oh shoot, I didn't put a 3. Where'd it go? Anyways, Dead Space 3 came out in 2013. About 12 years ago, I watched a little bit of a Let's Play of Dead Space 3 by by a content creator that I used to really like to enjoy. Is there Dead Space 4? I'm curious. Oh. EA says, no. Well, that makes sense for EA. They're stinky. Who would have guessed? Oh well. That sucks for some people, but I'm sorry for those people that are affected by that. Maybe one day you'll get a Dead Space horror, hopefully. Hopefully. One day, maybe. Fingers crossed for you guys. But but I have never experienced any of the Dead Space games. The only thing I know is that they are necromorph, something like that. And you play as Mr. Isaac. I don't remember his first name. Is it John? I, uh, Dead Space. It's Clark, isn't it? Yeah, Isaac Clark. That's kind of all I know about the game. I think he has a wife, question mark, or he's married, or he has a, I don't know. That's about all I know. I know I keep adding details, but like, I realistically don't remember too much. Um, and then Amnesia again. I watched someone do some funny clips a long time ago. Um, and that's kind of it. I didn't really see a let's play of it. I watched one of my friends play one of the games in VC. Um, he, where were they actually? I think she was farther. I actually don't remember where she was in the game. I really don't. Um, sorry about that. Sorry for mixing up my pronoun words. It's my bad. But I don't remember where she was because obviously I don't know anything about the game. So trying to figure out where she was is very hard to understand if I don't know what's going on. Beyond that, that's kind of like the horror games I want to do because I think that's the ones that I own. I could own others elsewhere that I just don't remember. I would love to do Alan Wake at some point. The only issue with doing Alan Wake is it had copyrighted music, and the copyrighted music is very important for the game. Um, Poets of the Fall slash Old Gods of Asgard, which is Poets of the Fall's like in-game band name. Um, very very integral to the Alan Wake universe, like everything that goes on there. Uh, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That's what I was remembering. I wanted to see how many hours in I am into Deus Ex. Where are you, Deus Ex? Oh, Steam's lagging like a storm. A storm? Oh, it's just taking a second to load. Deus. Is that how you spell Deus? Is it D-E-U-S? Oh yeah, it is D-E-U-S. So I have Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. I've played about 9 hours of Human Revolution. So I'm still really early into the game. So there's still a lot I have to do in that game in general. But that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Can I uninstall something? Something looks missing up here. Future media issue. But yeah, I'm excited to play through some horror games at some point. Let me see. That's nice. Well, horror me. Horror. What horror games do I own? Kind of everything I talked about. Hmm. Hmm. I see. Doom is a horror game? I guess I can kind of see it. I guess. Maybe. I would love to do Phasmo on stream at some point, but my PC does not like Phasmo. You know, there's a game that I own that I have never played and I know nothing about, and you know what that is? Undertale. I forgot all about. I could totally do a Undertale Let's Play at some point because I bought Undertale like I don't even know when. Will it tell me? Let me see. Nope. I've had this game for so long that it doesn't even. I don't think it. Can I actually see if when I got it? Hold on. Let me see. View on games. Where is that? Because I know there's a way. I know you guys can't see what I'm saying because and that's a good thing because I'm showing things that I can't really show. Um. Hold on. I think it's here. Is it here? There? View purchase history. There it is. Okay, hold on, let me scroll all the way down here. Because I've had that for a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Control F. Under. There it is. I got Undertale back in 2016. And I never played it because I wanted to do a Let's Play on it on like a stream or something. Not on a stream, but like on a recording. And then I never got around to it because I got busy with other stuff. Oh, that's so funny actually to me. So yeah, we could do an Undertale Let's Play at some point. That could be a lot of fun. I know nothing about Undertale other than uh, Sans Undertale and Papyrus. I think they're siblings, question mark. And I know that there's 2 different endings. Besides that, I know nothing else. I would be excited to play through that. Maybe. Who knows? That's future me's issue. Yeah. So for the foreseeable future, this is what's going to be happening. Hopefully sometime in the next 2 weeks, we'll be starting Trails in the Sky SC. Come October, we're going to do Amnesia, or we're going to Dead Space. After that, we're going to back into Trails. After we Trails in the Sky SC, I want to play through Dragon Age Origins. I want to play through Dragon's Dogma. Let's see, what else do I want to do? And then I want to play through Morrowind. Those are 3 very big games. Though that should last us up until like what? Like sometime next year? If I had to guess, probably up until like April of next year, if not May. Because those are very, very long games. If somehow by that point we're still gotta go, well, we'll play through Oblivion. After Oblivion, I don't know. That is like at least a minimum of 5 to 7 months away, though. That is a long, long time away. Let me actually check. As you guys know, I do have a oh, if you don't know, I have a thing here of games that I want to play on stream. Let's see. I don't think we'll be able to do Skyrim at any point soon. Let's see, what else could I do here? I could do a Terraria Let's Play. That'd be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind that. Do I own that? Oh shoot, I do own Amnesia Rebirth. I forgot I had that. I have Rebirth, Dark Descent, and a Machine for Pigs. Interesting. Okay. That's an option at some point. I'm trying to look for like long games. Oh, we could do a Spyro Let's Play. Ooh, I've never played through Spyro. That could be a lot of fun. We'll be playing through Morrowind and Oblivion, like I said. We could play through Fallout New Vegas. I heard Fallout New Vegas is like everyone's favorite. Or Fallout 3 even. So that's definitely options too. Let's see. What other games would I like to do? Light Matter would be a lot of fun. I've been dying to play that. KOTOR, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic could be fun. At some point, I do want to play through Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 has been on my watch list for it to go on a good sale because, lo and behold, during the Steam summer sale, it did not get a good sale. So I have been diligently waiting. Who messaged me? Who is messaging me at this hour? Oh, I see. Superman 2025 is available online now. Wait a minute. Please vote on which movie to binge. Almost because we've been putting up. Someone wants to do a watch party of some movies. Superman 2025 is available on. Interesting. But yeah, we definitely have some options of stuff that I want to do at some point. It's just a matter of getting. Why is there ads here? Get that out of here. Anyways, that's gonna do it for tonight. I need to. I need to eat some food, and also I need to do the timestamps for the stream. So that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for anyone that dropped by, because I did see some people drop by. I didn't see anyone in chat, but that's fine. I saw people lurking, and that's okay. Like I said, lurkers are always welcome. Make sure to eat, hydrate, take care of yourselves, do what you need to do in your daily, whether that be, homework, schoolwork, work, things that you enjoy, like drawing, anything artistic, anything creative, playing video games, watching movies, watching TV, knitting, crocheting, I don't know, whatever else you enjoy. Oh my goodness, my voice is dying. But sorry about that. Make sure to take care of yourselves and make sure to take care of those around you, because your well-being is important, but also make sure to take care of those around you, whether that be people you care about or people that care about you. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between, stay true, stay kind, and peace out. I will see all of you lovely ladies, gentlemen. Wait, did I say my outro wrong? I'll say it again, just in case. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between, stay true, stay kind, and peace out. I will see all of you lovely gentlemen in between on Sunday the 17th. I'll see y'all then, okay? Take care of yourselves. Make sure to take care of those around you and yourself too. I'll see y'all then. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Peace. Chat, hey, no one expects a secret ending, do they? Mwahahaha. But seriously, make sure to eat, hydrate, take care of yourselves, get enough sleep, and take care of those around you, whether that people that care about you or people that you care about yourselves. And I'll see all of y'all on Sunday. Have a nice Saturday. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Peace.